Hello everyone, my name's Lynn Williams, leader of Blackpool Council. So we've just finished our consultation on our budget proposals and hundreds of you have sent in questions and responses and your comments. And I've got a few here which I'm going to go through and try and answer for you. Our first question, response out of the box, is that contracts should be given to Blackpool-based companies. I totally agree. Because of our procurement rules, those mean that we ensure that our Blackpool businesses, get those contracts and get that work. And where it isn't possible to appoint locally because of specialisms, then at least 20% of all of those contracts has to deliver something locally for people all the time, whether that's subcontractors, apprenticeships and the like. Repair the roads, more street lighting. Repairing the roads, I think people should get ready to complain to me about roadworks. We'll see a rollout of a lot of work that's going on across the town's roads, 12 main roads and also residential roads. So you'll see a massive improvement and lots of action in that regard. More street lighting. We've invested in LED lights, which will ensure that our roads, communities are brighter and safer. Make more for teenagers and young adults to do. One of the first decisions that I was asked to make when I became leader was in relation to facilities for young people across our town, and I felt that that wasn't a decision for me, that needed to be made by those young people. And what they said, that as much as a great a town centre all singing dancing facility would be, what they actually wanted was those provisions in their communities, in their neighbourhoods. We've invested, the most we've invested in over 10 years, a couple of years ago. We now have a team that support our amazing youth provision across the town. You'll have seen in Brunswick the new building there, which is occupied by the Boys and Girls Club. We've supported partners across the town, so that is absolutely the aim. We do need more things for our teenagers and young people to do in our communities. Get more cars off the pavement. They are blocking school roads at start and end of the school day, enforcing parking regulations. I know as a parent, from taking my children to school, it can be an absolute nightmare and really unsafe. So we've worked with schools with the School Road Safety Initiative. By Easter, where we've been working with 10 schools, you'll see red lines outside those schools, and we've invested in a vehicle which will ensure that those parking restrictions at the beginning and the end of the school day will be enforced. You should focus more on local residents rather than tourism. Tourism is incredibly important to Blackpool. As an industry, it supports 23,000 people's jobs. There are also obviously the other benefits of living in Blackpool, which nowhere else gets, which is 3 light shows, the illuminations, the air show, fireworks. But also as a council, we really do understand that we need to support our residents. So we have, despite financial issues over previous years, we've continued to invest in those things that we know matter to our residents, which is our parks, our leisure centres, our libraries. And I'm really proud that this is our 13th year of providing 3 school breakfasts for all of our primary schools. Support local homelessness. So the council, together with partners across the town, they have an outreach teams which include people who have lived experiences of homelessness, and they provide that support year round. Often it is unfortunately the case that some people, because of the complexity of their personal circumstances in their lives, that they're not able immediately to accept that support. But nevertheless, that support continues, that offer of help, help into housing, with all other aspects of life. So that support does happen and continue to work with people who are experiencing homelessness. So reduce business rates. I think it's a common misconception that we as a council, we set business rates. We don't. That comes from national government. We as the local authority, we collect the business rates, and that's all that we do in that regard. Children's centres benefit the adults and children and provide a foundation to build upon. Absolutely agree. Our children's hubs have been now going for over 12 months. They have supported over 10,000 children, parents, grandparents, carers. They provide an amazing service and support. So do visit them, go down and see what's on offer, and meet the great staff that we have there. I'd like to thank everyone who responded to the consultation. It is important, and I know that some people out there think that we don't look at them, we don't consider them, but we absolutely do. So thank you for that, and you know, it's really helpful to hear from you about those proposals.